Good morning, everyone. Welcome back on Daily Crypto Plan. It's Wednesday, January 21. I'm Paul J from Crypto Traders Arena. If you don't know, let's start presenting. Let's do an overview. And at the end of the live stream, we can go on lower time frame and find some potential setups. Slow and steady. Someone please tell me if we have sound and if the image is clear. Okay, so starting with Bitcoin on daily, it's pretty simple for me. We are still in a potential uptrend here. As long as we hold above 84, I still think it's possible. I still think we can bounce and create a new high. The more we stay in this area, less chances we'll have for a up move. We managed to get this level. We closed below as we expected yesterday. Yeah, a close below to close this double gap. Now we opened below. We closed below that gap. The gap is completely closed, and we can hunt on lower time frame, maybe some W's. Everyone is panicking now. Everyone is calling bear market again and again. To be honest, I see the more it stays here, the more I see the range playing around. Of course, I will attempt a long here. Yes, a few lower time frame, but I'll attempt some longs here as a day trader. If I'll see this red scenario happening, let's say a bounce or no bounce, and we'll dump and close below these levels, then okay. Then we need to reassess and think about something else. But so far we are back in the middle. We are fighting 90,000 up and down. I don't see the reason for panicking. Last week everyone was bullish. This week everyone is bearish. And the price moved, I don't know, what, 5, 6K? When you see everyone panicking, is the majority right or is wrong? This is my 2 cents. People, stop being part of the public, please. Okay, so what do we have here? What we can do here? Like I said multiple times, we can wait for a bounce here. We can wait for a W. We have support. If we look left, this is a support area. If we want to continue this uptrend, even if this uptrend will stop in the short reload zone, to continue this uptrend, we need a W here and we need to create a new high. So daily looks like this, 4 hour looks like this. On 4 hour we have this candle here has a specific name. Anyway, that's a different story. It's from traditional market, not for beginners. Idea is, if we'll make a W here, 4 hour, if you are a day trader, you can hunt a 1 hour W and attempt a long. If we'll see W, if we'll see a double bottom, if we'll see something to give us a setup here, we can attempt a long. For the moment, I think we should wait a little bit more. Let's see what will happen in the London session. Let's see what will happen in the New York session. We can go sideways for today and pump tomorrow. So, for me, this gap, well, I don't know on 4 hour chart if this gap is closed. Technically, no. We need to close below 88. But here, if I'll see 1 hour, 4 hour W, I prefer 4 hour W. The longer we stay here, the more I want a higher time frame W. Then I could think about this bounce here. If the bounce will stop here or will create a new high, I don't have a way to know that. So here I'm hunting long ideas if I'll have W's. It's that simple for me. I'll let other people panicking here, not me. How do you change your bias intraday and long term? How do you change? You look at the price structure on higher time frame. Okay, so that's Bitcoin on CME. Let's look at the classic chart. The trend, this trend line is damn strong and valid and nice. You can see the support here a bit better than on CME. So I think I have the right to look for W's in this area at this support. Ethereum, well, now it's on the same side as Bitcoin on the trend line. You can see we accepted below. We are getting back in the long reload zone. I do suggest here to be aggressive long on Ethereum. No. Similar as on Bitcoin, let's wait for some W's. You know that I want to buy, not too long, to buy some Ethereum below 2,800. Hopefully, maybe I have a bias that hopefully I'll get that level and lower than that. With all the bad news we have, all the fear in the market, you see gold pumping to new all-time highs. I think I could get that. I don't think people are investing aggressively in Ethereum. Or even if they are, I think we can get a better price. So I'll patiently wait below 2,800 to dollar cost average. For a trade, like I said, people, we have support here. Let's wait for a W. I do prefer the W to come a bit lower. Yes. Indicators. Well, nothing special here. Some bearish divergence here. You can see it. This is an ugly thing to see on Ethereum. Higher high, lower high, confirming the M, confirming the M, confirming the M. So Ethereum on daily chart in this pump has bearish divergence on OBV, RSI and MACD. That's not a bullish sign. That's why I don't think it's wise to be aggressive here. Let's wait for 4-hour W's, maybe even daily W's. Why not? Morning, Menace. Morning, Robert. So don't be aggressive long. Well, we dumped and we need to pump back up. Well, sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes it's not wise to play the mountain man. Maybe you want to play the shark. Just my 2 cents. Okay, that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum. Let's take a look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And it's pointing out the same thing as I said earlier. Don't be aggressive on Ethereum. You can see the yams now. It's getting back down here. Probably will retest 0.03. We don't have a way to know. For the moment, it's going sideways here. But it's possible, even probable, to take these lows. I think it is. But we don't have a way to know that, people. That's why we use the risk management, because we don't know. We use probabilities. So let's wait for the market to give us something, to give us more details, so we can calculate the probabilities. Or at least guess the probabilities, because to calculate the probability is not as easy as we think. Dominance. Still fighting 60%, but if you look at this price action here, it's not looking really nice. If we'll accept above 60%, this entire consolidation will become a big fucking W. Do we want to see W's at 60% dominance in Bitcoin dominance chart? Not really. To be honest, I don't want to see that W confirming and closing on daily above 60%. I don't want to see that, but it's up to me now. So I'll take what market will give me, and I'll try to I'll try to play along with the market. It's not up to me to tell the market where to go. Yes, we have a gap above. We are still strong, even if people are saying that, well, it's over, it'll go to zero. No, people, no. We are still in this range. It's not possible for the market to do new days, new all-time highs. I could see the market even a bit lower, 6,700. Let's wait. You can see here we have a gap. I don't know if you see it, at 78.6. That could be a tell that the market wants to go there and take that, close that gap. Market is still strong. All the news we had lately. And guess what? The market doesn't dump like crazy like everyone was thinking. No, we are still fighting $7,000. Yeah, indeed, we have some bearish divergence. Indeed, we have an EM here. Indeed, if you close this gap here, retest of the EM, I think it's a good idea to hedge your portfolio. I said to hedge your portfolio when the market was here and was creating this, trying to create this EM. I'm not trading traditional market, so I don't need to hedge anything. I have only silver and I'm more than okay to hold that one. But if you are trading the traditional market, well, this area wasn't bad for a hedge. Gold. No point to say anything about gold. As long as the fear is growing, gold will pump. Yeah, it's a risk off. People are trying to run to safety and buy gold as much as possible. There are rumors that Russia and China are buying gold and are trying to push the price even higher. They have a lot of gold from a long time ago. I remember when I was trading, years ago, I was trading silver and gold, that gold and silver bugs said that China and Russia are the biggest holders of silver and gold. So you can understand why they are trying to keep the prices, to push the prices higher. No? Anyway, that's a different story. For us, for the people, actually for people that are looking for a top, no daily M, no top, people. I said multiple times. No daily M, no top. We are fighting $5,000. You think you will reach that level? Most probably. You think we'll exceed 5,000? Most probably. So don't go and short gold. I saw some people even on Crypto Traders Arena, and it's too bad because I'm blabbing away here day in and day out. And some people still decided, well, let's short gold. Well, okay, it's up to you, it's your money. But why do you want to short something as strong as gold? Why do you want to do that? Anyway, it's totally up to you, people. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. If you want to short gold, go ahead. It's your money. I'm shorting gold? No. 5,000 it's a level? Yes. But if you zoom out, 6,000 it's also a level, 7,000 it's also a level, 10,000 it's also a level. We don't know where this one will stop. We can assume, we can pretend that we know where gold will stop pumping, but we don't. We don't know. The best way to call a local top at least is a daily M. It's that simple. If you want to try over and over again and decimate your portfolio, be my guest. It's that simple. For me, gold looks really strong. Of course, in a panicking or starting something bad, I don't want even to say what. They could start, this one will pump like crazy. Probably will form a top. If you have some physical gold, then enjoy. If you have some silver, the same. Let's go on silver. Well, similar. Because the fear is growing, silver is slowing down. When the fear will slow down, silver will probably start outperforming gold again. For the moment, you can see, for today, gold is stronger than silver. But silver, in time, will outperform gold. I'm still in the trade, still happy about it. I'm curious to see how high this one will go. Will be the trade of the year, the trade of the decade? I don't know. I'm still trading. That's my gold versus silver. No bottom here. You can see we're at 78.6, but no bottom. So I don't have a reason to even think about closing my long on silver. Total market cap fighting 3 trillion like we discussed yesterday. We dumped a bit more. We are fighting. We are in a support area now. Any W could trigger a pump. So let's watch for a daily W. Look at what we had last time. W's and pump. Retest and pump. Now we are dumping. As long as we are holding these lows, it's okay. Yeah, everyone has gold, and even the state has a lot of gold, a lot of reserves, and India has a lot of gold also. But China and Russia, they are known to hold in their reserves a lot of gold. Yeah. United States refused to do a review of their gold for Knox multiple times. Every time a discussion about let's see if the gold is still there, someone is coming in and changing the subject, and nobody is doing that. Even Elon Musk tried to open that subject. Let's count the gold in Fort Knox, and you saw what happened. That's a big question mark, people. Some rumors say that United States sold their gold long time ago. I don't know. Anyway, total 3, similar like total. We are back in the long reload zone. Why I didn't I like these W's, but I didn't like the price action here. We have this tail low. This is a big M. The big M here is pointing out here, and if we'll come here, probably will take this week. Let's watch. 800 billion is a number we should pay attention to, and if we see W's again, we can think long on some shitcoins. So that's my review, people. The higher time frame review. Yeah, we dumped. Yes, the risk on are suffering a little bit, but is something to panic and run? No. As day traders, we can play long and short. As swing traders, we need to be patient and wait for some clear setups. And as investors, we want some lower prices so we can invest our money. Because we don't make money in the middle of the road. We make money when we buy as low as possible. And then we wait. So, see the good part, people. Anyway, that's the review. Let's go on calendar. Today, nothing of high impact. Tomorrow, we have this news in the New York session. So, tomorrow, we'll have to watch this one and stay the fuck out. Lower time frame. 2 days ago, in Monday actually, Monday in the New York session where everyone had access, if you remember, all the members had access. By the way, people, if you you are in Discord and you cannot type in the general chat, or you see only 3 or 4 channels, go on the Start Here channel and get verified. In 1 month from now, I'll kick out from the Discord server all the people that they are not verified. Because I don't need the big numbers of inactive traders or inactive members. No, thank you. If in 1 month you didn't manage to get verified, why you should stay in Discord? Discord community should be as clean as possible. Okay, so what do we have here? AB equals CDU, I was pinpointing Monday. We tried once here, they stopped us out, then we tried the second time here. I know people that took this EM, this EM. I took that EM with a lower risk, and then when we dumped here, some people took the profit off. I added to my short. Why? Why I could not add in my short if I'm in profit? Yeah, it's a good strategy. I don't want you to add to your short or to your trade when you are below entry. Yeah, where in a small loss is not advisable to add. But if you are in profit, you can add a little bit. So my average was lower here, and I even showed the entry on VIP yesterday. At the target here, I said, well, the trade is done, but let's trail a little bit. I still have a little bit. So I'm still short. And keep in mind, this is lower time frame trade. Imagine that VIP people, the serious ones, the consistent one, the patient one, they still have the hedge from 120 or from 100K. And some people are wondering why they love so much in VA. Well, if they have that hedge, they could hold the spot bags as long as it's necessary. And don't tell me you didn't know to hedge your portfolio at 120, even at 125. Don't ask me about a hedge now at 90K. Please don't. We can dump more? Of course we can, but that's a different story. So, what we can do now? Yesterday I said multiple times, and I'll say it again today. W's. At least 1 hour double. If I don't see a W here, I'm not playing. I'm not longing anything. We had this SFU. On lower time frame, you can see we break through that SFU like was nothing. So no SFU setup here. If will form a W, you can see the market is dumping now. If will form a W on 1 hour, and you want to take the breakout, okay. You want to wait for the breakout and you take the retest, okay. You have location. You have location here. Long reload zone. Indicators. Well, not the best, to be honest. Not the best. I prefer better indicators, but probably you'll have indicator confirmation. You'll have W's in price and W in indicators. But wait for the W. Because why? This could be just a dead cat bounce. And now we can dump even lower and try to create an inverse head and shoulder. So, I think it's better for us to stay the fuck out and wait for that W. Well, for that, Sandres, you have to do Cup 1. You want me to explain you the market structure in a live stream on YouTube? No. In Cup 1, we take you from scratch, from zero. Yeah, I'm not teaching you how a candle is formed on the chart, that's for sure. So you have to be above zero. But I take you as a beginner and I show you what is an M, what is a W, what location you should use, how an indicator should look, what is a potential divergence, what is a confirmed divergence, what kind of risk management you should use if you, depending what kind of trader you want to be. Well, then sorry, nothing I can do. So, wait for a W here. That's my thesis. It's simple. Keep it simple. I'm keep repeating that. Don't overcomplicate things. Well, let's try again and again. No. Stay the fuck out. Wait for a clear W. Wait for a clear setups. 1, 2, when you see a general setup, and also you see maybe a shark setup, and you see confluence, and you see that level is screaming buy, then you can long. Now, sorry, but I prefer to hold my dump bag from this short. Ethereum, 1 hour. Previous Monday range, actual this week Monday range. Nothing we can do with that. You can see we are back in a range here. Let's go on 4 hour chart. I think it's better. So the best scenario here for Ethereum on 4 hour chart, I'm not talking about daily, 4 hour chart, it's hopefully we are still in a range. Hopefully we're still in a range. And I'm thinking range here. What do we do in the middle of the range here? Nothing. As a swing trader, nothing you can do. Either you wait for the lows to hunt some SFUs or to hunt a long idea, or you wait for a bounce and you try to hunt short ideas. We had this AB equals CD, which you can see W breakout more than 1-to-1, rejected before the SFU, and we dumped and we created an M. Again, I think Ethereum will go lower. We can SFU this level and maybe lower, but the best way we can trade Ethereum is to wait for some Ws. and avoid to trade in the middle of the range. Okay, so what's the range actually? This is the range. Huh? Or if you don't like this one, you say, well, pocket Paul, that's not the correct way. Okay, take the low and take the higher high after that. And that will be the range. And I think that's the most correct one. This is the low. Okay. And then you have the bounce. And now we are back in the middle of the range. And yes, is well respected. Look at it. The middle of the range is well respected. That confirms me that I should play the range game. But I have a 4-hour range. And this range is for swing traders here. Day traders, I think on Ethereum we can play some SFUZ full form. Simple as that. Well, no W, no trade. I don't know how to spell your name. It's in a different language. I don't understand. So, no W, no trade. It's that simple. We can attempt some lower time frame SFU setups if they will form on 5-minute chart, on 15-minute chart, depending how sharp you are. Okay. Shitcoins. The rest of shitcoins, you can see they are green, but if we look on 4-hour chart, the green is telling us nothing. Yeah? We dumped like crazy. We formed some M's, and we saw those M's. We managed to get back in the long reload zone. Okay, for example, this one is in the long reload zone. And I'll have to tell you the same fucking thing like I said on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Wait for W's, wait for setups. Okay, we have location, good location, for example, on this one. But no price structure. If I don't have the price structure, I don't have a way to frame my setup. Aster, again, is dumping. We bounced a little bit, but do you see a W? No. And if we don't have a 4-hour W, at least a 4-hour, I prefer daily now, but at least a 4-hour W, I don't want to see, well, I'm buying, I'm longing Aster. Why? Well, because it's cheap. Well, if it's cheap, buy it as an investor. Go and dollar cost average. Go and invest if you consider the price is good. But don't tell me you took a setup because it's cheap. No. A trader should have a setup. An investor should look at the price if it's at discount or not. Hopefully what I just said makes sense for you. Yeah? As a trader, you need a setup. Preferably a setup from your plan. That means you should have a plan. Clear one. And the setup should be in that plan. If it's not in that plan, you don't take the trade. As a trader. As an investor, okay, you can look at the discount. You can look at the POC on higher time frame. Well, it's cheap and will probably bounce. And I could buy here, sell half on a double. Different way of seeing the market. Blue AI doesn't fucking care about the rest of the market. Still in profit, enjoy, make the trade risk free because this one could drop like a hammer in no time. I don't care how you make the trade risk free. You close 50% at 1-to-1 and keep the stop loss all the way down. You move your stop loss at scratch and just wait. It's totally up to you. But make it risk free because, yeah, it's strong for the moment, but could dump at any point in time. Similar here. Nothing. Going sideways. Dumping. Yeah. Yeah, it's green 3%, but after a big dump, after stop loss out, okay, no damage done, okay, that's not a problem, but you can see. And another good example, why do we have hard stop loss? Yeah, let's say you risked 1% here, you made the trade risk free. Stop loss made sure that you don't lose money. But if you didn't have a stop loss, you are deeply in a loss. And I could show you more examples. This one is back at entry. This one stopped us out in the dump. You can see. After we made nice money on this. But that moon bag, it's closed. And some shitcoins are back in a good location. For example, Avant. We made money. We took this double. We made nice money. And now it's back in the long reload zone. It's back at 7.8.6, 8.6 here. Show me a W. Show me a W, clear W, preferably a small W, and I'll try to hunt a long idea again. For the moment, no. For the moment, I'm watching the market. Similar here, good location, nothing else. Here, we don't even have a location, but we'll have probably soon enough. Good location, location again. And I could go on the entire list, people. But it's the same. We have a location. Someone is saying we have a W on dusk. Well, that we have a location on dusk. Do we have a location on dusk? Because the first reason should be a location. We don't have a W on dusk. And definitely we don't have a location on dusk. You just wanted for me to look at that chart and tell you my opinion. And you told me that we have a W. You think that's correct? Anyway. Again, location here. So most of the altcoins have good location. You are a day trader, Yog? If you are not a day trader, what the fuck you are looking at 30-minute chart? If you are already a profitable day trader, why do you need my opinion? I just said, me, with my experience, I'm not saying it's big, is small. I'm not trading shitcoins if I don't see 4-hour W's. I just said earlier, 2 minutes ago. I have a reason for that. If you want to play 30 minutes W's or whatever, be my guest. Similar here. Nice location. A lot of shitcoins have the same pattern here. Yeah, there are some of them. Look at this one. Watch out for a power of 3 here. Wait for this breakout to happen and then a retest. There are altcoins that we can play. But we need to see, we need to have a stable Bitcoin, a stable Ethereum. And then altcoins could perform. If Bitcoin is fucking around and maybe dumping a bit more, I don't see any point to be aggressive as a trader on shitcoins. Yeah, one of them, for example, River has 10%, this one has 16%. From the entire list, I have 2 altcoins that outperform. I could guess those 2? No. I'll focus on that? No. I'll focus to see Bitcoin being stable. I'll focus to see Bitcoin dominance making some 4-hour EMs, for example, and then I'll be more aggressive. Until then, no. 4-year cycle becomes a bigger cycle. I don't know. 4-year cycle for Bitcoin, we'll know later. Maybe 1 year from now, La Vista. Altcoins 4-year cycle is dead. But nobody said we have a cycle on altcoins. This time, people with a lot of money and a lot of power they found a way to absorb all the liquidity and all the money without pumping the shitcoins. It's that simple. And you saw that. Yeah? All the money, pump fund, all the money, Trump coin, all the money, Liberty coin, and they extracted the money from the crypto without pumping, without giving us a chance to exit. I'm still holding my bags, yes. The market will explode and will pump at some point in time? Most probably, yes. But it's definitely testing our patience. That doesn't mean it's broken, it's just delayed. And I prefer to ride everything to zero than to close, not respect my plan, close the positions, and 1 month after I close to see the market doing the biggest altcoin season ever. That will be too painful for me. So, as an investor, I'm keeping my bags. All the bags are packed. All the shitcoins are there. And I'm waiting. Simple as that. Indeed, we had some expectation. And they didn't confirm for the moment. And if you don't have full bags, you can still dollar cost average. The prices are nice. And at some point in time, we'll laugh at this price and say, well, look at those prices. Why the fuck I didn't bought then when everyone was scared, when gold was pumping and shitcoins dumping, and you can pick shitcoins from the ground and nobody will care and they're dirt cheap. That time will come sooner or later. We don't know that. Okay, so going back on Bitcoin. If you are a swing trader, wait for a 4-hour W. If you are a day trader, you can be a bit more aggressive and play a 1-hour W. But we don't have a 1-hour W. We don't have a 4-hour W. We just had a dead cat bounce here and back in the long reload zone. Back below, we can see back below this SFU level. So I'll close this live stream and I'll go in VIP live with Stefan and I'll try to scalp something if I'll manage to get something. If not, my money are staying really nice in my portfolio. I don't need to spend them. I'll risk my money when I'll have an advantage. No advantage, no trade. No, because when you have a 0.5 trade, and usually a scalp or a day trade or aggressive trade, something that you don't trust, you take it to 0.5, and if you add, you are below 1%. What you can add, you can double the position to get to 1%, but that's not usually how you do it. You add 20%, 10, 20, 30%, and hope for the best. And you drag the stop loss a bit, in this case a bit lower, so you don't exceed 1%. Yeah. But as a rule, when your trade is underwater, below your entry, you don't add to that trade. Doesn't matter what. You should put that in your plan. Never add to a losing position. Never, never, never. If it's below my entry, I'm not adding. If it's in profit, I could add a little bit, but try to find a way not to increase the risk. Okay? And in the same category, on the same page on your plan, you should put never move your stop loss against you or remove the stop loss. Never, ever, ever, ever. No excuses, no if, no but. If you put a trade and you have a stop loss, you don't remove that one. You don't move it against you, only in your direction, in profit if it's possible. And you are not allowed to move it back against you. That's a golden rule. Beginners are doing that mistake over and over again. And they're losing money. A lot of money. Some of them are not profitable just because they are removing the stop loss or they are moving the stop loss against them or adding in a losing position. I said that I added in when I was in profit here. I added a little bit, but I don't recommend beginners or people that have, as day traders, for example, less than 1,000 trades to add. No, just leave with the results. You put the trade here, stop loss here, take profit there. Just leave it like that. You don't fuck around with it. Okay, you can make it risk-free at 1 hour if you want. And that's it. To add overcomplicates things a little bit more. And the more you complicate things, the more dangerous it becomes for a beginner to succeed. We teach you all that in Capo 1. Okay. That being said, let's keep our money in our pockets and risk our money only when we have an advantage, when we have probabilities working for us, people. Yeah. And how do we make sure that we have probabilities working for us? First, risk management, necessary, that's the base. And then a setup. A setup by definition is giving us an advantage in the market. That's why it's called setup, because we tested it and it's in time is giving us an advantage. So no setup, no trade, stay the fuck out. That being said, let's call it a live stream. I'm blabbing away more than 40 minutes now. See you next time, people. Bye bye.